Hi guys, so in this section we'll actually start creating campaigns in Facebook. So we have done all this work previously. We've done the research on ideal customer avatar. We have wrote our ads. We have created images to test, and so we basically all have all these resources together. And now it's a time to basically start building campaigns, testing them, and start getting some data from Facebook. So our initial goals here to just build those campaigns, and we'll be using tool Squire for that. It's a very efficient tool that allows you to create multiple ad sets at the same time with multiple ads. Create very complicated setups for your ads with just few clicks. Also allows you to split test different variables in your ads, such as age, interests, and different audiences. So allows you to do it very quickly and save you a lot of time. So we'll be using Quia for that. And first of all, our goals here is just to identify whether our offer, our message, ad copy is works and suitable for scaling. Also, we'll see if click-through rate is sufficient, so we can see whether the image is suitable or we need to replace it. Also, we'll check if a funnel is proven to convert at profitable cost. So we just need to get that initial data and see if we get people to go through our funnel and convert, whether it's profitable for us or not, or what of those KPIs that we have established previously, which ones of those do we still need to improve, or what is working well, what doesn't work, so we can fix it. And we also want to identify winning audiences that are suitable for scaling, because if we identify some audiences that are working well here, we'll be using them in the scaling phase when we'll be trying to get as much reach as possible and to scale the ad spend and scale the sales for our client or leads or whatever you're trying to achieve. But at this stage, this is just initial setup. I'll be using existing account, but let's say you don't have any initial data and you're just creating some campaigns from scratch for yourself, for your client. So I'll be showing you exactly how to do it. So the first stage in our process is to build foundation campaigns in Power Editor or Adverse Manager, whatever you're using. So I'll be using Power Editor for this purpose. So to create a campaign, so this is Power Editor interface. To reach the Power Editor, you go here, click on this menu here and click Power Editor. So we are inside here, and we'll be creating a new campaign, which is called I'll call it AF, my initials, plus we'll be basically creating those initial templates here in Power Editor, so we can later on have also website clicks campaigns and page engagement, just to increase our reach. But for starters, we always use auction, and we also use conversions. We only use conversions at this stage. So we'll call our campaign AF conversions, and we'll be testing 3 different types of audiences. We will be testing first of all interests. These are the keywords that we have researched. So as you remember here in the previous section, we have identified some brands that we could target for our for our initial template for our initial audiences. And as you can see also in this document, as the initial data for ads, so what we have identified from researching audience insights, what we have identified for goals of our ideal target audience, what are their main pains. We have done the deep dive survey with a client. We also identify what is important for those people, so we will be using some of these hooks in our ads. And we also identify three most important factors to our ideal customers, why they're choosing our products but not competitors. And as you can see here, I've also conducted the research for competitors. I've just looked to see just like what ads, what types of ad, what type of ad copy is working. As you can see, these are like highly successful ads, 111,000 likes, which is phenomenal. This one as well, 111,000 likes, and this one too. I guess this is the same, might be the same one, just switching the images, just an album. And as you can see here, like other competitors, not as widespread, not as successful. And we have like this initial, we just looked at what competitors are using in their, what are their ads. And what we have found is what important for our audience is like smiles, words like love, and we'll be cute. We'll be using these words in our ads. So we have wrote initial ads, ad copies that we want to target, and we will be now setting up these campaigns in Power Editors. So in Power Editor, we'll be setting up the foundation of campaign, and in a second I'll show you how to create ads also and like just fully launch this campaign. So sorry, we need to recover this page. So we'll be creating now the foundation of our campaign. The first three campaigns for conversions, and then we'll be creating new campaigns for website clicks. We'll be using on a later stage, but we just want to have everything prepared. So when we want to scale, we have everything ready. Okay, I'll just create new one from scratch. So as you can see here, you create new campaign from scratch. You create, you put your initials or whatever you want to use to differentiate them, and you use conversions as your main goal. For now, we'll be just creating conversions campaign because these are the ones that Facebook helps you to optimize for getting as many sales, as many leads as possible, and these are, in my experience, the most efficient. I know other people are using engagement ads and stuff like that, and in my experience, conversion ads works the best, but you need to test it for yourself. So, but I would recommend you start with conversions and then test different options available. So conversions, and we'll be testing three different types of audience. So first is interests. So these are the ones that you can see in this target template. We'll be testing some of these interests, and we will be testing. We'll be using auction conversions. We'll just save it to draft. And what we will do now is we will create two duplicates of this campaign. So we can we'll have two more duplicates, and we will be having them for lookalikes and for retargeting. The reason why we do them separately is because Facebook optimizes, on the back end of your campaign, it optimizes them for most conversions. And I've noticed, in my experience, that if you put your retargeting campaigns together with your, for example, called audience, templates and ad sets, it will perform differently than if you would put them together. Facebook would optimize them differently. So it's best to put them in different campaigns. So this one will be called lookalike. Okay, so sorry, I'm editing two at once. Okay, so one is lookalike, and now we'll edit this one, and we will call it retargeting. So as you can see, we have 3 of these now. So what we will do now is we'll create one more, and this time we'll have them optimized for traffic. So we'll call it AF traffic interests. And we create 2 duplicates of this campaign, and we rename it lookalike and retargeting. So we'll have overall 9 campaigns here created. Create 2. Oops. And then so we'll for now just use conversions types of campaigns. But then when we have more data, when we have identified winning audiences, we can basically duplicate and use the same audiences, same interests, same for website clicks and for lookalikes, because those have proven to be working well. So right now we'll be using traffic. As you can see, everything is matching. We'll call this one lookalike. Okay, so we have lookalike, and right now we need to rename it to retargeting. Okay, and we create them for one more for engagement. So this is a typical structure that we are using in our agency for our campaigns. And it allows you to easily control like what campaigns are performing and stuff like that. So you can easily differentiate it just by looking at your dashboard. So we will create 2 duplicates again. We'll rename the first one interests, and we'll rename this one retargeting. So as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 campaigns overall. So we have just done the first step. And you can use the same names for your campaigns, or you can use something different, whatever is convenient for you, just for you to easily differentiate them later on. So we've done that. Now we'll be creating ad templates in Quaya. So for that we need to go to we will need to go to Quaya here. So and you'll need to choose basically the page that you'll be using for your advertising. We'll be using this one, and guys, the best option, like in my experience at least, is to have your posts created here from Adverts Manager or Power Editor, and then you copy. You can even pause that campaign and you copy the post ID here, because what will happen is when you like using the same post ID over and over, it accumulates the social proof. So for instance here, as you've seen, some of the ads have 111,000 likes, and It happened because these are some of the like they've simply reused the same post over and over, instead of just like creating like copying ads from basically from scratch. And that will allow you to accumulate social proof, and the more social proof you have in your ads, you'll find the better it's performing, because Facebook will give it advantage. They will consider it relevant to people and to audiences. So to find page posts and copy this ID, you can also create, if that is like regular posts, you can just create it on your page on Facebook, and then you'll be able to access it here. The same way, you can copy this ID here and just reuse it for your ads. So that's how we basically do it. We basically identify which ads are performing well, which audiences are, like which ads initially getting good organic reach, and then we use that same creative, that same post for our advertising. So I have created this one previously, so I'll just copy it here, the post ID. And what I'll do is in Quaya, as you can see, after you have chosen the page that you'll be using for advertising, you will be you can use the page post ID, and then you select by page post ID, and as you can see, it's automatically pulls from Facebook inside of Quaya. And guys, remember to always have your objective the same as you want to have for your ads. So for this time, as you remember, we are creating conversions campaigns. Okay. We'll be creating conversions campaigns. Okay, it will not allow you to know. We'll try now to submit it. Okay, we'll not try to. So yeah, so we'll be only trying to confirm this. That should be fine. All right, so we have these filters. Okay. So as you can see here, we have these 9 of these campaigns created here. So with Power Editor, as you know, you always need to review your changes and then confirm it, so it submits to the Facebook. The benefit of it is you can do changes even when you are offline, but you need to have it like submit every time you changing something. So here you can so we have last the post ID here that was created from Facebook. You inserted the page post ID. So as you can see here, for this ad, I've used the ad copies that I've written before. We have the coupon code, so it's kind of direct response. We want to get some initial action from people, and now we'll just click create. So as you can see, Quaya allows you to test basically different options for positioning on Facebook. It can be on desktop, on mobile, it can be in a news feed, it can be in the right column, and also it has this cool feature that you just click here split, and now it will create 3 different ads. As you can see, one is for desktop, the second one is right column, and the third one is for mobile, which is pretty cool. So now what we'll do is we'll create the first targeting template for this. As you remember, we have created some of the audiences that we could test. So, for example, as you can see, United States, we have, as you remember from previous section, we have identified like the main audiences that we wanted to target, and we have identified the female 25-45 is our ideal audience. We want to split them all, so each interest will be separately. As you can see, it will create 13 segments, 13 ad sets, and also we want to exclude all our customers, so we don't want to target the same customers with this message. And so basically this includes our main audiences that we want to target, and like basically this is ready to go. That comes from previous research, as you remember here, as we have done in Audience Insights. We have uploaded the customer list into Facebook, and we ran the Audience Insights on them. We also checked some competitors, what pages are similar to like to their pages, and what type of people, what gender, sex, age, and stuff like that. So we have identified very closely the ideal client avatar that we want to target. And so right now we'll just save it, this template. I'll remove these, and then all you need to do is just drag it here. So as you can see, we have 13 different audiences that we can test. And the good thing is, so all of these are created. As you can see, we'll basically split test these different audiences on Facebook, and we'll be also having different ad. So overall, we have 3 ads, each for different placement, and we also have 13 different segments of the audience. So overall, we should have 39 ads. So after that, you just click generate 39 ads, existing campaigns. So here you have to choose strange why it does not appear, because we have created it. Very strange. Okay, so we'll need to review whether we've done it. So in Power Editor, okay, so our campaigns are present. Discord charges. Okay, we'll now try to reload it. Look at website conversions. I'll just review the setup. Website conversions. Post ID. Should have been alright. Publish ads. Very strange. Okay. Probably something with the Power Editor. Maybe because these campaigns are not. Okay, maybe because they do not have any ad sets in them. Maybe that's why. All right. Maybe that's why, because these campaigns are not active, maybe that's why they're not displaying in Quaya. Okay, just delete these. Okay, so now we have all of these campaigns. So let's see if that goes through now. Existing campaign. No, it does not go. Okay, so we probably need to reload this. Yeah, maybe because that wasn't active previously. So we generate 39 ads. We use the existing campaign. Okay, so now, as you can see, guys, I just needed to reload it. So for this, we will choose, as you have seen, we have chosen the interest. So I'll just use IF conversion interest. We'll be using the pixel here, and as the event, we want to promote the purchase. So for this, will be. So that's how it will look like. So the interest, desktop, okay, so that's how it will look like. We'll be testing. I just want to make sure, just double check the targeting. Whether the targeting is correct. So we are splitting all of these. Okay. Okay, so we have this. We generate 39 ads. Existing campaigns, so we just want to have it inside of our foundational campaigns. So IF conversions interest, push minute, pixel, purchase, ad set budget. We'll set it to $5 a day because what we want to do, like when you're just starting out, it's like you want to get some initial like proof of concept. You can go, like, if you have bigger budgets, you can go $10 per ad set. It just, in our case, it will be a lot, not a lot, but a bit too much. So we'll be testing about 39, about $200 per day. And guys, always, I left a note here. So you always optimize for website conversions as your objective, first of all, and then you set up campaign to optimize on the first conversion pixel in your funnel. So what I'm optimizing now is for purchase, which is at the end of the funnel, but that is only because this pixel is seasoned. It basically has a lot of data on it. And when you're just starting out, when your pixel is fresh, you want to focus on the first conversion pixel in the funnel. and you want to pay for impressions, and you want to bid for conversions. Pay for impressions and you want to bid for conversions. And also you set the bid to automatic. Usually works pretty well in my experience. So now you just generate 39 ads. So what just happened, guys, is like you have just created we have just created the like 39 different ad sets. So basically 3 different placements, 13 different targeting audiences. And the interesting thing about it is, I'll show you in a sec, especially with this tool, with Quaya. Maybe I'll show you before, I just want to make sure. So in Quaya, as you can see here, when you set your targeting, for example, we have this template of 30 interests, and as you can see, we could also split every 5th year. So we could split women, as you can see, female, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, and as you can see, it would easily it would create many more segments. So we would have 65 segments of audience, but I do not recommend to do this because like it's impossible to scale. Like even if you found that women, 25 to like 37 or 27 convert better, it's hard to scale. And also you just want to have like 80% of your ideal audience with your ads. So and like you also want to have quite like a bit bigger audiences, so when you start to scale, it has potential to work for a long time. We don't want to save changes, so we go to publish ads. Okay, so we probably need to do it again. Actually, no, we haven't published them yet, so we need to do it again. I just wanted to show you. So conversion interests, we optimize for purchase. If you want to mark those campaigns somehow, maybe test or agency accelerator, AA. Maybe it will generate some interesting data that I'll share with you later. So you optimize for conversions and you pay for impressions. You generate 39 ads, and then, so you can see you have created 39 ads. All you need to do is just click publish ads, and what it will do is just will push 39 ads to the Facebook. So that's for this setup, and we have, as you can see, we have created ad templates. I haven't created them in Quaya. You can do them in Quaya, but I would recommend you, like it's like both ways is sufficient, but you can create them in Facebook and then just copy the post ID as I have showed you. Just make sure to use the same post even if you're testing. So for instance, in our scenario here, I have prepared 2 different variations of ads, right? So I have prepared this ad. I'll just renew this page. I have prepared 2 different images to test, basically to see which one of those would perform better. So it's loading now. And guys, it will take probably a few minutes to, I guess some of them have already been pushed to the Facebook. So it's very efficient way to basically test a lot of interests, especially when you're starting out. You don't have any, you don't have any data, so you can quickly test and identify, um, audiences at work, so you can quickly scale them. So the speed is the most important element, because like if you're targeting, if you're entering some market and for sure that people are advertising in that market, then it only comes down to the to the understanding of that market and to writing ads that convert. Because like if people are making money in that market, means there is money and people are ready to pay. It's just your ability to figure out that market, to figure out messaging. As you can see, 19 ads in quiz, so we'll need to wait. We had 39, so 3 by 13 is 39, so 20 already published. We just need to wait for a few more. 17, 2 more are published. And I'll just show you how they look in the Power Editor as well. So we have the final, the full like understanding of what just happened. And you now create targeting templates in Quaya. Oh, I'm sorry. We have done it. Sorry, just it's been a long day. And so you have we have 13. Refresh it. 9. So ads are publishing. Guys, just make sure that like the good thing about publishing, for example, if you have just created test campaign on Facebook, for example, you just went to Adverts Manager, you created some test campaign for like $5 and you created some ad, the ideal ad copies that you wanted to create, and you published and Facebook has approved it. The good thing about it is when you are trying to scale it using Quaya, when you are trying to put that ad in front of multiple audiences to test their reaction, the good thing is the ad is approved. So because, for example, if we would create the ad in Quaya, so that's why I don't prefer this way. If we would, like, the Quaya allows you to create ads as well. However, if you would create ads here, I'll just show you this in a sec. So if you would create ads here, so you would clear creatives, it doesn't matter. You would use this, and you would do link ad. So what you would have here is basically the same what we had in our template. Like we would use the same text, we would use the same everything. Post text and post link. Okay. So we would do it this way, and we would do call to action. So we would do it like basically the same way as we already have it. However, we would need to upload the image. I don't have it on on this computer. But then we would create the ad, and basically it would look like the same as this ad here. Where we use post ID to get that here. But the difference would be that like this ad is approved, like it went through Facebook review process, it was approved. But for instance, if you're in some niche that that is kind of on the edge of being compliant with Facebook, like health or weight loss or skincare, and you're using some words that could be considered non-compliant from Facebook, and then like you create these ads. For instance, you have three the same ads with weight loss product or something, and then you have your targeting with like 10 different audiences to target, and you haven't pulled this ad from Facebook, but you just created in Quaya, and then you publish your ads. And what will happen, guys, is like suddenly 13 ads or 39 ads start publishing, and Facebook hasn't reviewed them. And for instance, they start reviewing them, and they find that one of those ads is not compliant, and they start reviewing other ads. So you have another 38 that Facebook considers not compliant. So what will happen? You have a very good chance of Facebook shutting down your ad account. So be very careful with that, and better create ads in Facebook. Make sure they're compliant and stuff like that. So we have created. I'll just show you the rest of the process that we have here. So we have identified the goals. We will now go to the Power Editor. I'll just review the stats. So by now, all the campaigns from Quaya should have been uploaded. IF, as you can see here, conversions interests. And here we should have 39 different pending review. Oh, very strange. Oh, but some of them are approved. So these are some of the interests that we have. Like these are like 39 ads that we have just created. So we like if you would do it like manually, it would take us a long time. But because we are using Quaya, it's helping. So we have published them. We have identified like, so in case like here you can see like what will happen next, like if that is your first campaign, and overall if you're just testing some new message or some new offer for your Facebook ad campaigns. Like there are basically four things that can happen. Our goal is to basically identify which ads are converting well, so we can then scale that winning ad to as many audiences as possible, to test new audiences, and just to scale up with that ad. And so what will happen, for example, we have this campaign now with 39 different ads. In this scenario, like we'll have 4 possible situations here. After like 1 day, we'll start to see some trends. So first of all, if like for example we are spending $5 a day for 39 ads, and then like we've spent like $200, so we run ads for 1 day, and we see 0 conversions, which happens. So what that means is that ad is not good, because we have tested it with multiple audiences. We have tested it with audiences that we have researched based on customer list, based on competitors, audiences that should have been converting well, but they do not. So that means that our ad is not good. So our offer is not good, or our product or our image is not good. So what we'll do is we'll stop ads, and we'll create new ad copy for testing. And we can also, after that, if ad copy is not working, we will test new image. So we'll just try to find that element that is missing, and we have prepared like few images for this purpose. So we'll just see what will work. And also we have several ad copies to test based on our previous steps in the process. So the next step, the next thing that can happen is you have minimal conversions. It means that you have like maybe two or three ad sets out of those 39 that convert, but others do not convert. That means that those, like, if those of all of those new audiences have potential, like all like combined reach up to 1 million people, that means is like we can combine all of these together. So what I mean by this is you would combine, for example, you test all these audiences, and then you find that, for example, milk-made goods. Let me show you. For example, you see that maternity clothing interest and pregnancy and newborn magazine are converting well, and they're selling at acceptable KPI. So what we would do is we would combine these two audiences and we would just run ads to them. So we would test new creatives, we would test new ad copy strictly to those audiences. And we would just leave other ones for now. So that will happen if your combined reach is like at least 1 million up to 2 million. If we have total audience size, so if like we have 3, 4, 5, 6 ad sets that are performing well, we will be able to scale. So we need the total audience size of at least 2 million people, because guys, if you have the winning audience that is about combined audience of 2 million people, you can advertise for quite some time to those audiences. The rule of thumb is $10 for each 1,000 people in the audience. So if you would have 1 million people, 1 million. Sorry, $1 for each 1,000 people. So you would easily spend $1,000 a day for that specific audience to reach those people. And then if you see, for example, if you're advertising to the same audience and you see that they're converting, and then suddenly they stop converting. So what you do is just you change your creative, you change your offer, and you advertise to those people again. So you just keep switching the creative, and we keep advertising. And guys, if you have high conversions, like if you launch this campaign and we have launched 39 different ad sets, and for example, if like 20 of them 20-30 of them are performing well under our KPIs that we have established, we will just start scaling, and I'll show exactly how to do that in the next part of the training. And so these are like few of the best practices. You start with website conversions as your objective. You set up a campaign to optimize on the first conversion pixel in your funnel. If your pixel is brand new, you set the bidding strategies at OCPM. You pay for impressions. You bid for conversions. You set the bidding to auto. Like don't play with manual. Like there is a software for that. There are some ways to do that, but you don't need to use that for now. And if you're starting from scratch, if you have experience, if you already looking for ways to scale massively with your ad spend with your clients, I can cover that in a separate video. All specific interest templates we set to split interests. So we want to test each interest individually. So what I see a lot of advertisers are doing is they would, just bind, like bulk together many different interests, and what will happen is that they'll simply, like, if something is working, they will know it. They'll just, it's just more like a guess what is working, because some audiences can work well, and some of the interests may not work as well. Once we have launched and we are successful, we can test other objectives for winning audiences and ads to reach winning audiences. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys. So what we've done is we have only created the template for interests. So what we can do is, I'll just quickly show you how to do the same thing with lookalikes. I just forgot. That's just for you to like follow the process if you want to, because we have launched 39 ads, and if you want to launch more, if you want to test lookalike audiences, if you have big enough customer list that you can create lookalike audiences from. So that is our ideal target audience, as we have identified here. And we don't have any interests here. We don't put anything here, but we use custom audiences. So we'll include lookalikes, for example, all customers. We'll test also all purchasers lookalikes. And basically we can have all these top performing like lookalikes from purchasers, lookalikes from website visitors, lookalikes from we have a lot of those audiences created, and we can even test 2 and 5 all customers with LTV data. And so we can test all of these audiences here, and as you can see, just one click of the button, and I'll split them 9 segments. So we'll have 9 different audiences here. And again, we want to exclude our buyers. We don't want to bother them. Okay, so we, as you can see, we have 9 million people. I will just use it. So what we'll do now, guys, is we'll just generate 27 ads. We'll use the existing campaign, and again, this is conversion campaign. So, but this is okay. AF. Oh, strange. Okay. Oh, okay. I know what it is. What that is. Probably when we have created the ads, I put the ad. I have put the ad, as you can see, page post engagement, which is not what we are trying to do here. We are trying to do the conversion ad. So we'll just choose here. Select by page post ID, split. Actually, we'll just stick with desktops and mobile newsfeeds. So we'll have 18 ads now. And we generate 18 ads, existing campaigns, AF. Okay, again, Sorry, I'll just need to reload it again. And we will just choose the AF conversions lookalike. New campaign existing. Oh, strange. Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't changed the goal of the campaign on the ads. So use push peanuts for this purpose. Website conversions is our goal, right? And now we just use this post ID. And we just use desktop, mobile. We don't use the right column. We split them, and we should have two ads. Two ads. We now want to publish them. AF conversions lookalike, because these are lookalike audiences that we want to test. And the template purchase $5 a day. Site conversions, impressions, to generate them. And we'll just now go to this template here. Okay. So we have this template here. And so what we'll have, guys, for later, we have all these templates that we have created previously. We have this interest that we are testing, and right now it's okay. We have to hit publish. In a second, should be reloaded. So right now we are pushing those ads to the Facebook. So I just showed you. So you repeat the same way for retargeting for audiences that you have. So for example, for retargeting, I just want to show you some of the options that you can create for your audiences. So for example, Facebook is constantly updating these features, but I'll just show you what is possible at the moment. Custom audience, you can upload the customer file. So basically the list of your target, of your existing customers, email list, like these main audiences. You can do website traffic. So if you will place the Facebook pixel on your website, then it will basically tag everyone who is visiting your website, and you can have this audience for 30 to 180 days. 180 is a maximum that you can have. And you can also mark people who have visited specific pages on your website. So for example, pages that have a certain category of items, for example, t-shirts, yes, so contains shirt, or your website.com shirt. Oh, sorry, your website.com shirt. So for example, anyone who visited this page will, you can create audiences of those people, so you can have separate messaging to reach to those people, or people who have visited your website. For example, they have visited this page, but but they haven't visited other page on your website, shorts, for example. So that is could be your audience. So you can call it visited shirts, but not shirts. So you can call it whatever you want, and also up to 180 days. So what you can do then is you can have separate messaging to reach those to talk to those people. Like, hey, I've noticed you watch shirt, but you haven't grabbed shirts. So here are some of the shirts that we are having. So grab them. And maybe some discount or something. And here is also like people who have triggered some events. So events are some of the like more advanced features of Facebook Pixel. Like on Shopify, you can install them with simple plugin. With like for most those like WordPress or Shopify, you can have the plugin to install it. If not, you can hire someone to install custom events on your website. Basically, this is like when someone is adding something to cart, and on the next page there is this event, or the event is triggering at the moment when they're clicking on the button. And what it will do for you is it will build those audiences for Facebook. So when Facebook, like you're creating ads and optimizing for conversions, and you set up purchase as your conversion, Facebook will try to find as many people as possible who likely to convert, who likely to purchase from you. And so what will happen with this audience is you can create very targeted messages. So this is for this option. App activity if you're using apps, and also engagement, which is one of the more like recent features, is people who have interacted with your page on Facebook. For example, people who liked your post, people who commented on it. As you can see, people who engaged with any post or advert, clicked on any call to action button, who sent a message to your page, who saved your page or any post, who visited your page. Like people, a lot of these audiences that you can talk differently to all of them, and you can have different offers to all of them. And also you have the Instagram business profile. These are the people who have engaged with your business profile on Instagram. These are also the audiences that you can create. Also, people who have opened your collection ad on Canvas on Facebook. If you're using that, option. And also, very good one is video. So if you're using video, you can have different like target custom audiences of people who have watched like 50%, 75%, 95% of your video in the past any amount of days, like 10 days, 365, whatever you want. I would recommend go with recent first, and then you can extend it, and then you can name it as you want. Then you'll need to choose videos that you have. Out of those videos that you have, you'll need to choose what video you want Facebook to build audiences from, and you can choose from all the pages that you're managing. And then after you have created those audiences, all of them will be present here. So when you go to the Quaya, and remember we have those, we have that third one, AF engagement, retargeting. So we can retarget people who have engaged with ads. We can retarget people who have visited the website. So that's like the third campaign that we would be able to create. I won't create it because this account already has all of those campaigns created. We have very complicated, very advanced retargeting. I'll show you in different videos how to set up different retargeting campaigns for your clients to maximize their ROI. So guys, I think that's it for this video. You'll receive this PDF with the checklist how to how exactly to launch your campaigns.